So I've got my bun mixture in the bowl. There's flour, yeast, eggs, milk, and melted butter, as well as the sugar. I'm just going to mix this in slowly first time around. I don't want the milk splashing all over the place, so you just mix it. You can see it starts to get quite thick. But just keep on mixing until you get to this consistency where it's harder to mix with a spatula or a mixing spoon, whatever you're using. Okay. You can feel the dough is quite wet and it's quite stretchy and a bit sticky, which is the right texture that you need.
I'll knead it to smooth it out, and then I'll leave it to rise.
I'm going to knead it on a table. Just going to put some oil on the table and knead it until it's smooth like this. And then leave it to double in size. So, I've put it in my bowl. It's been rising for about 2 hours now.
And I'm just going to
I'm going to use my hands to gently deflate it.
This is the dough.
What I like to do is when I have my bun mixture, I like to have the buns weighing the same amount. So I get a scale, zero it out, and then I weigh my dough. This dough is 900. I'll say 900, round it off to 900. So I'm going to divide each bun to 100 grams because this recipe makes 9 of them. So I've divided my dough. This is a 100-gram one, and this is how you fold it. You get a piece of dough and like tuck it in underneath the dough. Just go around your dough, tucking it underneath, and then shape it into a ball like that. I've already done the other 8, and I just place this inside the tray with the rest of them. These need to rise again for probably about half an hour. You don't want them to rise too much because if you leave them to rise too much, they will deflate in the oven. I'm going to cover them with oiled cling film and leave to rise until doubled in size like this. To check if your dough is ready, it has to slightly spring up. So can you see I'm tapping with my finger there? It springs up gently. Let me bring it closer so that you can have a look. Just push my finger down gently and then it springs back up. This shows it's ready. You don't want it to rise too much because if it does, before it goes in the oven, they'll deflate. Leave some room for them to rise in the oven. I've put them in the oven for 25 minutes at 180 degrees. Can you see they're nice golden brown and risen? So I'm going to take them out of the oven, put them on a cooling rack, and then I get another cooling rack, and then flip them over. Remove the cake tray and the greaseproof paper. You can see the bottom is nice and cooked through as well. So get your cooling rack and put it back on top. Flip the buns over before you can glaze them. If you glaze them while in the tray, the glaze will be destroyed when you flip the buns over. So I've made the glaze equal amounts of water and sugar. Make a simple syrup, and then brush the buns on top with it. And you see it's nice and shiny on top. This is how you make the buns shine. Okay, I've left my buns to cool. Now I'm just going to break off a piece and show you what they look like inside. You can see it's nice and fluffy and they're baked through and they look great and taste great. Thanks for watching and see you again soon.